Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, y'all. Peace. It's your brother L, and welcome to another session of Beat Making with Brother L. We're utilizing GarageBand for iOS applications. Let's get into it. Cool. One, two. Because it's Friday, I wanted to open up it with a little something. You know what I mean? Let y'all know that this is live and improvised. Just gonna take my time with it, right? One, two, yeah. Uh-huh. Music is supposed to heal, right? Feel good? One, two, yeah. This is a healing vibe for all my people out there. Right. Woo. I'm feeling that vibe. Check the action, tracks with traction, fact with fiction, mix it. Now that's faction, ill got you relaxing. I'm chamomile, I'm Valium, sleeping pills, head back, becoming steel. The production is fuel injected, speed racer behind the wheel. Diesel beats real. It's conversations on 43rd Street in the project slanging words. Sniff these verbs, pick them up off the curb. Tracks like tickets over 12 billion served. And keep your hands out my pocket. Brother L used to catch the L. But now since we on quarantine, nah, you know what I mean? I'm at the crib sharing these gifts. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ha! How about that, y'all? Welcome once again. So, this piece that I was working on, right, got multiple facets. I'll just go through some of the instruments really quickly, and then we'll get into the business of the day. So, I sampled some things, my voice. I'll show you where I did that. I sampled my voice here. I just did a clack, 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 and it's in the sampler. Made a very percussive kind of thing, and I pitched it down a little bit. I also did that with another track. I'll play that one too. a higher, right? I did this to personalize the drums a little bit, right? Okay? Because it's all about personalization, right? You gotta make something your own, right? And then I added another snare on top of it to give it that feel. Because in hip hop, we love this concept of layering, you know, whereas a traditional band would have different personnel to do different things. We use our sequences, right, to add and augment sound to tailor it in a way that we would like. And that's the beauty of actually working with these tools, right? And then I just came up with a little bass to it, right? And that was it. Boom. I really dig this interface, okay? I was able to work in the key of C. Let's show you my settings. Tempo 95, that's a dope hip hop tempo. Everybody knows that 95, got that head knock to it, right? 4/4 signature. C major, okay? So what I was able to do is go in here, click to the side. Normally it's off. And this is, you can play whatever note. You could even bend these notes. That's just like too crazy. I love it. This is a really good stress reliever. Just, you know, put your headphones on or plug this unit into a sound system and just go for it. Okay, but what if you want to stay in key? If that matters. Sometimes that just don't matter because it's about feeling, right? We're doing this for feeling and healing and being able to connect, you know, and express ourselves. So, see, now I just chose the major key, and then it tells me where all the roots are, right? So, I can go. So if I know the root is here, that's C, what's this? What's this? You got it. C, C, D, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. I know that sounds overly simple, but it's not so obvious that sometimes how this thing is orchestrated, and you can change that, right? You can change it to major pentatonic, major blues, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. You can experiment, and you'll be playing in keys that, well, you might not even know what they do, but you'll know how they feel. And how it feels is most important to me, and I think it should be most important when you're actually creating, right? Because you're trying to convey a feeling. This is a conversation. All right, enough with that. I think I've broken down this track enough. I want to get into some cool stuff today. I showed you some of those tools that I used to create. You know, I didn't record a phrase, no controls, mixing. I'm gonna add additional parts, arranging, settings. You know, we always like to set everything up before we do it. But today, what I want to do, I want to experiment with the step sequencer. Okay, y'all know what that is? Anybody in the chat, let me know what a step sequence is. So we're gonna start a brand new track. Go to our document section, boom. In the right corner, press the blue plus, and let's find the step sequencer. The step sequencer is called beat sequencer. And what that does is that it has broken down 1 bar music for you. And you can implement a sound at every 16th because it's broken up to every 16th. Let me demonstrate, okay? Let's just do it with a clap. So we want to clap on every beat. And what if we want a bass drum on every other beat? And what if we want a tom see that? And if you just want to get rid of them, boom. It's kind of speedy. You add, get rid of them, right? Well, what am I doing? I'm putting a note at every 16. Do you realize what 4/4 is, right? 4 beats per 4 measures, right? Okay, so if we just take 1 bar of that and break it up into 16 equal parts. This is a really interesting way to visualize and think about how rhythm is divided up in 1 beat. I think step sequencing is a good way to learn lots of things. I think you should play around with these step sequences. Yeah. You can go crazy. Now I got it on the modern 808, but I can change the sound. It's a very interesting live performance tool as well. You can use it for composition. I'll show you how to utilize it in both ways. You see what we were doing in the live sense, but let's just say we want to make a simple disco beat. 4 on the floor, right? Got this disco drum. It should go to clap, do, clap. So where should I place the clap? Or the snare? Should be on the, what? Every other beat, right? That's like a universal beat. You get people moving and grooving, right? These are the controls to making things happen. Those controls are very important as we continue to create and record phrases. We're step recording, right? Each slice is a step. You want to get fancy? Put the clap. What about the snare? Yeah, jack your big booty. Jack your big booty. That sounds cool though. I really like that. I know, right? But that's how it goes. Check you. That's like an old house song. I remember somebody making it. I don't know who the person who made it, but they used that rhythm. What tempo are we at? We're at 110. All right, let me check the chat and see where should we go with this. It's 110. Let's make it 111. 111 is kind of a sweet spot for Brother L. I shouldn't be giving away all my secrets. Let me just, for those who just tuning in, I can go slower. Y'all feeling slower or a faster type of thing going? Okay. So if you like this, you just record it. And then it becomes part of your arrangement. Uh-oh, we made a mistake. How do we correct it? Now, what have I been telling you all about so far about how we set things up to make it simple for ourselves? Correct me. I did not change the length of the tracks. So I got 8 bars going on here. I only want to work today in 4-bar sections. Remember, because it's easier to, well, not easier, but it's a better way of accounting. So let's undo that. It's a better way of accounting and less material to work from, especially if you got a sequencer, right? You have to use these tools to your advantage. There's no need in playing everything all the way out. You can, and that's okay. I think there's time for that, and we can get into that a little bit later. But for this, we want to record this as a phrase. We just hit record, and then it goes. So now it's a phrase. If we wanted to add something different, we could. But now look at this. We got velocity for these steps. 2. We got note repeat. We got chance. Chance? What's that? Wow. I didn't realize this step sequence was step sequencer was this cool. Chance. Let me tell you what that is. So chance means that I can say, I want this to happen only that amount of times. Does that make sense? For instance, let's just say I only want the clap to happen once every 8 bars, but my clap right now is happening on the 4th bar. So every 4th bar will happen. Now, there's many ways we could do that. We can expand the sequence, but what if we don't want to expand the sequence? We want to make this 1-bar phrase seem like it's longer than it is. So to do that, we go to chance. How do we control chance? Okay, you touch the clap, the actual step. It's at 59% right now. So they're going to give you a percentage. So let's just say we want the clap to come in 50% of the time. Let's see if I can get it down. So 50% of the time, half of the time would mean that it should probably elongate, right? So let's see. So it should come in every 8 bars. Let me do one thing first, because I've recorded this in and it's going to play back that way. So let me go back into chance and then bring it to 50. Okay. Now let's check it out. Let's see what it does. Yeah, you heard it? Okay, I'll make it more. Oop. Let's turn this one off. That one's at 50 now. let's do this. Go back to, okay. Let's turn these off. All right, now let's go to chance. Turn this to 50. Now you heard it, right? Clock. So it just made a 1-bar phrase seem like it's a lot longer. This is a way to trick things up. We can do this with this as well. Let's make this come in 50% too. Let's put some more notes in. So we only want that to come in every so often. So let's go to chance. I want that to happen kind of randomly. 15%. I want this to happen like 10%. And then I want this to happen 15%. 14. That's cool. Okay. Now let's get back onto our you hear it now. Cool now. Something else that we could do to add variation, a very simple tool, velocity. I probably should have said this beforehand because, you know, the dynamics of how things happen are just as important as when they happen, right? What does that mean? Well, if I play soft, let's think about it. If I play soft or I talk soft, you feel a different mood, right? If I say something more forceful, then you feel a different way. Well, it's the same in music. Music is a conversation, right? So let's get back into it. Let's turn down every other hi-hat. Turn this one up a little bit. Let's turn up the one of the bass drum. Just a little bit. So to give it that an extra emphasis. I like that. Let's figure out what we want to record with it. So let's just record it. Bring it back to the one. And here we go. Boom. So recorded. Now we can go into a different instrument if we want to. That's recorded. Okay, so let's do something else. Let's add another beat sequencer. Let's find some sounds we like. Oh, by the way, you can go up and down. You can take out things that you don't like. Let's say delete, boom, right? You got this thing called randomization as well. So I can go in and say, I want you to randomize this step. And it just created something. Right? That's cool, but remember the velocity makes everything even more interesting. As a side note, remember the other class I was talking about? I wish that, you know, the virtual drummer had a way of turning up and down various drum parts. Like, can I turn the bass up and then turn the snare down? You know, can I turn the hi-hats up or turn them down? Look what we just solved. Only thing with it is that we have to come up with our own beats. but we're still getting help. We're getting help within the steps, you know. So it's like guiding us and kind of performing some similar things, and you can randomize it, right? Which is really cool. That's cool. Let's hear some of this other stuff. I like it, I like it, I like it. What are these other things sounding like? So let's put them back in there. Let's put some more steps in. What does this sound like? Let's make this really groovy. Let's go to velocity. I like that. Here, give it a whole different feel. So you don't have to play things as is. Click and hold, randomize that step. Randomize again. We don't like it. We just delete it. Another way to delete, we delete the whole track that way, but we can go in. Right? But I think this is a good base to start, so let's record that in. Stop. 2, and ooh. Then bring it back. Then bring our cursor back to 1. And bam. Cool. Now let's put something else in here. Any thoughts? I'm really thinking about. I kind of want to play with some synthesizer, but I don't want to take so much time in finding the right one, because you know how we can be. Okay. Have we decided what key we want to play in? Because at this point, now it's time to commit. We don't have to, but it's probably a good idea. So, check this chat here and see where we're going with it. Welcome, everybody. Yeah. Let me know you're out here. All right, all right. Hey, Megan. Joe! Ha! Energy 88.7. My man, going way back. Yes, indeed, way back. Megan McNeil in the house. I hope she got a young man, Maddox, with her, so she can go over some of this stuff with him. Marvin Gladden, my man. Cool. Word. Okay, so check it out. I think what key have we not worked in? I think we almost worked in every key, but today, since my last name is Freeman, we're going to F. Okay. Let's get back to the key. So scale, if we want to be on the key, go to the major scale, go to the minor scale. As you notice, at the bottom, and the key that's dark and signified, you'll see F, F2, F3. what it has done is that it's only given us the notes that are within that scale. So in some ways, you can't mess up, right? But we can't mess up anyway. So these are part of the controls that we need to create, right? So we can record our phrases. It's all I always want you to think about. Within this GarageBand tool, there are a lot of controls to like tailor the sound for you. So you don't have to sound generic. If GarageBand sounds generic, you gotta ask yourself why. And I'm gonna help you to do exactly what's in your head, to get those ideas out, all right? Because that's an important part of creating. And I think that in these times, especially right now, getting ideas out and staying creative within your own space is probably a good thing for your wellness, okay? So, let's see, mallets, dreamy bells. All right, what should we have in here? The organ is cool. Odd key, what's that? Synth piano. So here's something to think about. If you like a sound, there are different variations of that sound. So let's just say the synth piano has the warm motion variation. It has a bit off, whatever that means. Oh. So it goes a little bit out of pitch, but that's okay. This gives it this wider texture. Then go a little further with the chorus. Ooh, that's interesting. That's kind of medicinal. You just I don't want to play that, but that's cool. Did I do chill keys? That's interesting too. Clean and simple. Kind of sound like a roadish, whirlish with like the tines all the way up. Let's try something. 2 and 3 and 4, go. I had a different idea how I want to record that. Remember, undo is your best friend. 5, 6, and 7, 8, go. That's it. Remember, it skips the first note, but the second time around, it'll lock it in place. So weird, but you gotta catch up with Brother L. There we go. I'm kind of vibing with that. Kind of want to compress it a little bit and then turn it up. That's in there. Yeah. So our arrangement looking nice and clean. Those back. Let's add something. What we want to add? What y'all thinking? I say I want to add some more of these keys. So I could double click, hold. I could duplicate. I duplicated it. It just gave me another track with no notes in it, which is awesome. So I can almost start where I left off, in case I wanted to add something else in with the other. But that's not what I want to do. I want to find another instrument. Maybe a lead. Ooh, come on now, Brother L. Right. That's interesting. That's it. Oh! You see what I just did? I double clicked the undo. So it undid something that I didn't want to do. So that happens. You can click and hold and re-change the sound. Redo. Boom. There, it brought it back, the error sent. So I was scared for a minute. Bring it back, record, 2 inch. That's cool, but we can get a little bit more funky. I like that, but I think I want to take the first part of that phrase and put it in the back. I could just re-record it, or this will be a good time to show you how to edit. So, we went to our arrangement. If I want to cut this and then move it over there, that's all I do. I go double click. I could split it, and then I cut it. Your prices is too high. You gotta cut it, and then delete it, then copy it, and then paste it. boom. If I'm ever going too fast, this is recorded and it's an archive that's available for you on Facebook and on YouTube. So you all should know all of my social media. Let's take a moment really quickly, and I'd like you all to add Brother L's social media, okay? Just in case you don't know where it is. It's a good time to do so while I take a sip of coffee and check this chat and see what's going on. Cool. I'm biggity back. Biggity, 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 biggity back, y'all. Biggity back. 1, 2, 1, 2. Cheers to you. So, something to think about. There's always more than one way to do a job here, right? We've been creating, there's tons of controls within the architecture of GarageBand that we've been utilizing, okay, to help you facilitate those ideas, you know, because you might not be a formal musician, and that's all right. You know, does that mean that you can't create some music? Please, okay? Music is for everyone. It's a language. It's to be shared, you know? And I think tools like these synthesizers, these DAWs, in particular, even GarageBand, it's very well thought out in how to engage to get ideas out. And you don't need other devices. Like, you know, you don't need an external keyboard to plug into GarageBand. Although you can plug one in and we'll get there. But there's a keyboard within here. And the control and the architecture is so vast that you can really tailor a sound. So we're at one of my favorite points, arranging, editing, arranging, editing. I showed you how to cut, right? We cut the track, we copy the track. So simple. Remember, bring it out. We can see this certain mixer here, right? Okay, if we want to have more controls within this track, how do we do it? We hit the mixer button, and it says, oh, you can do other things here. I don't want it to repeat. I just want it to go one time. Come in. Right. What if I want to put lots of reverb on this? That's too much. And maybe it's not the right reverb. Let's find the right one. Click. Where we at? Maybe a large hall? That's nice. I want to turn it, I want to compress it a little bit. And then I want to turn it down just a hair. And I want to put a bass or something in there so we can, like, you know. Let's go to the scale bass. We got upright. What else we got up here? We got the P bass. We got Liverpool. I guess that's supposed to be like the Beatles or something, you know. I guess that's a trivia. Who was the bass player for the Beatles? Try one more thing. I'm getting the feeling I need more synthesizer for it. It's just muted sound like. Now, it's all right to change your mind. There's vast options here, and nothing is wrong. The only thing that could ever be wrong is you not attempting to inject yourself into your creation. That's wrong. Other than that, you really can't make a wrong step. Well, that's, I kind of want something 80s kind of sounding, but also kind of, what do they have here? What is this? Deep synth bass. Oh, that's a little techno. The deep synth and the techno bass sound. Let me do this. Go to scale. Put it back in. That's a little dubsteppy, but let's play with it. Oh, modern 80s bass. try something. Let's figure it out. Let's figure this out. You hear that? Delay. We don't want that, but we can turn it down. Because I just need the notes to come in. I wish there was a way to extend the note. There's no controls. Look at this. We've opened up other options. Oh. Okay. Confession. Brother L does not know everything about GarageBand. I don't think it's the point. I just discovered this. You all probably have already known this. So I can open this up and get more options, because what I really like to do is elongate this sound. And I would probably be able to do that with the decay and the release. Okay. There's a limited amount to how much it would allow me to do it. But that's okay. Let's try it. That's it. Let's try it. 1, 2. What didn't I do? It's real easy to not do that, too, because it doesn't restart on its own. I like that, but let's try it on the 1. 5, 6, 7, 8. We should bring that in later. Getting there. It's getting there, but I need to play it differently. I'm fine. I'm vibing. 1, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm gonna go underneath that and build up that bottom. That bottom gotta be big. But I'm feeling that. Okay, let's fill out that bottom with another bass. All right, get back to our major. let's find us some more bass. I don't know if this will work, but it could. Let's see. I think we need something Moog-esque. Lots of people say Moog, but it's really Moog. That's cool. That might be it. All right, let's try it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not that. I like that, but now that I got that recorded in there, I'll record something else. Now, let's go add us another synthesizer. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Another synthesizer. You could always get more sounds, but I find that I'm content with some of these at the moment. We do need a rhythmatic thing up in here, you know? Like if we had a guitar player, he would. But let's do something staccato and like in between those beats to kind of signify something. I don't know. What's a fluttering pattern? Put this scale back on. Cool. Here we go. That's it right there, baby. We We're gonna bring it in nice and slow. We're gonna bring it in nice and slow. When it comes to the 4-beat, here we gonna do it. Right. It's kind of like real, like smooth and seductive. I want to compress it a little bit more. Yeah. All right. Let's make a quick arrangement for this so we can fill it out. How do you make a quick arrangement? Remember, I showed you this is just how we got started. We got a bunch of ideas here that's cool and clear. And how we want to do this is we go into our little plus section here and we duplicate it. The fact that we made it 4 bars makes it easier on ourselves. Made it another 4 bars, right? So there's a couple ways to do this. Let's make 4 sections. So we're going to duplicate A, B, and C. D. Let's go to section A. Click out of there. What do we want to happen first? Let's just think about it. How about we start the way we built the track? So let's delete the keys. Let's delete this synth here. Let's delete the modern bass. What's this sound like? We'll delete that too. I think that's cool to leave that in because then that'll signify that we're moving into another area. So let's get out of that. Remember, you can just pull this back like that, okay? All right, so, So from there, I think we should introduce the keys, right? So let's delete everything except the keys. And I don't think we need this because that's kind of an ornamental thing that signifies movement. So let's go, and we can listen. If we hit all sections and get out of here, we can go to number 1 and see how that sounds. It's got this like slow disco vibe. You know what I think is missing? It's missing a little bit of the electronic version of Jovia Armstrong. We need to put a little percussion up in here. Let's find our girl on the percussion tip, Isabella. Let's see what she can do with this. Got different grooves you can add. So when I added the electronic drummer, I don't know if you noticed and you look at the timeline, it added her for the entire 16 tracks, which is very cool. And it gave us 2 8-bar phrases, right? It added everything in for us. So let's put a little bit of Havana. Well, it is spring break, you know. I probably would be on my way to some place like Cuba, if that orange guy hadn't did some weird stuff. Well, then again, this pandemic kind of shut stuff down too. But yeah, y'all with me right now, and we're having fun, and we're enjoying, and we're learning. So, in the spirit of spring break, let's have a little Havana up in here. Woo, that sounded righteous. Too much feels. You heard it? It kind of like, I don't think I need the timbale. Too many feels. No timbale. Okay, that's slick. Let's go back to our arrangement and check out something and see what happens. So it gave us two 8-bar phrases. I wonder if we could put a little guitar up in there. That's how you do the wah, right? I know that's tripped out, right? Takes a little bit of practice. Let's try it. I'm trying to find where I want to play. All right, let's open up like that. All right. Now bring it. Here it comes. loud. Now these are ideas to be refined. Let's go over what we did. We created a track. We recorded some phrases, right? Controlled it, mixed it, because we were mixing as we go. Mixing as we go, back and forth. Favorite thing, arrange, edit, and arrange. We got back over here to our arrangement page. Boom. We did so much. Work with the structures. Now, let's jam this track on out. Okay, we're gonna spin it backwards. Last beat. Right on. Backwards again. Right. Go. Brother L up in here dancing. If you can't dance to your own music, you're not doing it right. Yeah. Uh-oh, turn it around. That's right, y'all. Fun, free, peace. That's what it is. That's what it's about. It's about creating with Brother L. I'd like to let you know I'll be back Monday. This track will be continued. I want to give a special acknowledgement to a couple of the students who sent me work that will be breaking down starting next week. Brandon Bro, he sent me some work. Who else sent me some work here? Patrick, he sent me some work. Okay, we'll probably start with those two guys. Okay, now I would like you all to go out thinking about this. This is the time to learn this tool. I'm not selling GarageBand. I don't work for Apple. I just think that this is a cool tool that's in your pocket or, you know, on your iPad that you have that you can utilize and empower yourself for a new thing. And that's the idea. And until then, see you next time.